So welcome. We are back with another coach review, coach interview. Anastasia, I just want to say thank you so much for giving your time here to talk about coaching minds and your experience with us. I really, really appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. So before we get in, I just want to introduce Anastasia is one of the coaches on our program at the minute. She's been with us for, I think, you joined in February, so about 4 or 5 months you've been with us. So you're with us for about 4 or 5 months. You're working through our program, working through the certification. And to get us started, Anastasia, I just want to ask you, what was it that attracted you to coaching?
Well, initially, about 3 years ago, I decided to pursue a career in psychology, and I became a distance learner at one of the UK's university. And I loved it. Psychology is my passion, always has been. More than a year ago, I happened to quit alcohol for good for a number of reasons. And I opened a blog. I started a blog, which started to attract people, and I found myself coaching some people. And then I went on to look for some certifications, did few of them, and then decided to go and look for accreditation. And I just, with that all happening, I just fell in love with coaching.
Amazing. As we do now, coaching is a wonderful profession. It's a wonderful industry. So no, thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure you see a lot of crossovers between psychology and coaching. You know, we've got cognitive coaching and a bit of psychological models in our course as well. Do you see a lot of crossover between the two?
Oh, loads of things are combined, intertwined, and psychological factors like basic knowledge I definitely implement it in my work. I try to combine these two, and I think it's a beautiful thing once you see it in practice, once I see it in practice. But I believe coaching is based on psychology. Working with people, it's all about psychology. So yeah, definitely.
No, it is indeed. And I do have to say, you do blend the two beautifully together. We see you practicing on practical workshops, in our seminars, and you've got feedback from your peers as well. So you do bring the nice blend of psychology and coaching together, which is really wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you started off with studying psychology. You came across coaching in that journey. What was it when you started to explore coaching that attracted you to Coaching Minds?
Well, I decided I'd like to take things seriously. And I love learning. And I never knew that accreditation for coaching even existed. And then I started just, doing my research and see what I can get out of it, because I really wanted to study in-depth coaching, And I came across few websites. I came across to some very, very expensive coaching studies, if I may call it that. And I think when I found Coaching Minds, what attracted me first were I downloaded the brochure and I loved the modules. And I saw the terms like ethics, something that people don't really cover, especially when it comes to coaching. And when I had a phone call with you, what I loved about our phone call is that you weren't trying to sell me anything. You just answered all my questions as they were. And I love the fact that you give people opportunity to pay in installments. And again, modules look great. It looked like I'm going to receive substantial learning in this program. So yeah, I made my decision very, very quickly.
No, and thank you for that. I really appreciate the kind words and your feedback there, because as you know, we are on a mission to make coaching affordable and accessible. We do all we can to do that. And sometimes it isn't always perceived in a positive manner, being so cheap at the cost of £32 a month. and people think there's something, there's a catch there. But we had that call, I answered your questions, and we're not about selling it to you. We want to answer your questions. We want to attract coaches that are right for our business, that's right for our coaching school, that's aligned with our values. And we really believe people can make their own choice. I've just got to give you the information you need to be able to make that. So thank you. I'm glad that came across, because I really don't want to come across as salesy when I'm talking about Coaching Minds. I'm passionate about what we do. I believe in what we do here, but I don't want to sell that to you. I want you to find that for yourself. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And I was 1 minute, I was very surprised. And I remember this silence, and I'm thinking, why aren't you telling me anything? Because there's anywhere you go, like, people will try and sell you everything these days. So I think we're so used to that. And that was a very unusual thing for me to see. And I thought, well, that it seems quite genuine and, legit, and I'm going to give it a go. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah, and that leads us nicely into the next question. So you've given it a go for the past 4 or 5 months. What is it that you've enjoyed most about this experience and being with us?
My favorite part is connecting with people. And I've done all the seminars by now, and I've done the workshops, but I still attend them because I love observing. I love coaching. Not so much being a client, maybe, but yeah, we can work on that. It's just the connection, engaging with people, engaging in these conversations, like the topic that we discuss. It's great to see different perspective, and there are so many individuals with such various backgrounds, and yeah, I love that. I think I'm a people's person when it comes to that, so I'm very curious generally as well. So yeah, I think it's the engagement. Like, I like how we have book club, although I attended only 1 or 2, but it's only once per month. I was a bit busy before, so I couldn't attend all of them. Like CPD workshops, seminars, and you always give the opportunity for everyone to chip in, basically, so to contribute. So yeah, that's my favorite part. But generally, the course is well structured. I love the parts, as much as I hate it, I have to say, I hate exams, but I love how you have this online live exam, just to make sure that, okay guys, you need to study for this, you need to take it seriously. And it just shows a level of professionalism. It just shows how serious you take this profession. I'm talking about you right now. So, and I admire that. So yeah, I enjoyed pretty much everything.
No, thank you for that. Thank you for the lots of beautiful words there. Lots of great feedback. Thank you. People are going to start to think I'm paying you behind the scenes, Anastasia, to say all this. So, but thank you. No, thank you. Honestly, it really means a lot. And we do our best. We see a lot of courses out there where people pay a lot more than they pay us here at Coaching Minds. And it's just a set of videos. There's no interaction, no engagement. And they sit there and wonder why people are signing up to courses and they're not finishing them. It's because there's no engagement there. And we do our best here at Coaching Minds. You mentioned our Zoom sessions, our CPD, our book club, our network, and our seminars, our workshops. We're constantly trying to engage on Zoom with our coaches, and we're here to give the work. So thank you for mentioning that and sharing that. And I love to see the connections our coaches are making. You mentioned you've got a wide range of diverse people from around the world. You're connecting online, you're connecting offline, you're connecting in the community. So it's really wonderful to see just this beautiful group of people coming together through aligned values of wanting to serve and help and support each other and collaborate. So thank you. Thank you for being part of that.
You're welcome.
And thank you for choosing us as well. and I just want to clarify, there's no payment here, Anastasia. None of these reviews are paid for. Anastasia, you can confirm that as well, just to make a little bit of a joke. So yeah. But next question is, and again, we're not paying you for this question either, but and you can be honest, you can say no, you can say no, I wouldn't, but would you recommend our program or Coaching Minds to a friend? And if so, why?
I definitely would. but I would only recommend it to someone who is genuinely interested in receiving accredited certification and then accreditation. So if someone would ask me, oh, do you know if there are any short courses that I could do, I would probably lead them into different direction. Here you have to work for it, and especially in the profession where you work with people and vulnerable people at times, it's so important to gain the necessary qualifications. So yeah, definitely, if I see someone who is genuinely interested in gaining that qualification and accreditation, definitely I think that's the only place that I would direct them.
Thank you again for that feedback, and I really appreciate you mentioning that point as well, because our course is extensive. It's 165 hours. It's only for people who are serious about coaching, taking up coaching, whether it's their own practice or to improve their job, their roles in the workplace, to move up to manager, to improve their leadership skills. It's catered for that. So it's, you've got to take this serious. It's not just something you can rush through and get done in 2 weeks or a month. Generally on average takes people around 6 months to complete our course. And that's because of all the practical, you've got to complete 40 hours, you've got supervised sessions within that, you've got the online study, you've got the personal development, you've got the reflection. So it's a really extensive course. I appreciate you sharing that and your honesty. It's excellent. And finally, Anastasia, we've talked a lot about Coaching Minds, but I just want our audience to know a little bit more about you. So do you want to share what you're currently working on in your coaching practice and what your current goals are as a coach?
My main goal at the moment is to get these hours. So I've done a few hours. Well, I've done my hours with sobriety coaching as well. So I'm very familiar with what I'm doing and how I should do it. But my main goal is to get those hours done and get accredited. I'm still in that journey to find myself. Where exactly am I going to go with this? I have few ideas. But yeah, the main goal is to get accredited. That will give me the confidence to then make further decisions and see what I want to do.
Wonderful. And you're almost there. You've got the hours to get. I know you've completed the online study. You've attended all our seminars. So you're making that progress towards your goal, which is wonderful. So Anastasia, I just want to say thank you so much. If there's nothing else you'd like to share with the audience today, I just want to say thank you so much for your time and giving our audience the feedback from our program so they can learn more about what we do from one of our coaches. So thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Everybody who's watching this and yourself as well, Anastasia. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.